came out when I was, as a lesbian, when I was in my freshman year of high school. The first person I think I ever told was my grandma, and she was really accepting of it. Great. She's always been like that about everything, so that was a really big weight off my shoulders. And I told my sister, and she was completely fine with it. A lot of people, their response was, yeah, we knew. My mom, who was the only person who was probably a little critical about it, just didn't really understand. Just one of those things where people are like, well, how do you know if you haven't? How do you know? Well, how do you know? You're straight. I don't think I ever formally came out to my dad. I think my mom must have told him or something. But always been fine with it. He knows. I've had brought girlfriends over. He's met girlfriends. So obviously he knows. There's still people I've yet to formally tell, but I don't really think I need to formally tell everyone, you know. You know if you know, you know. As a lesbian in the media was probably when I was younger, in I'd say about 7th or 8th grade, as I was starting to just figure out my sexuality. I was watching the show Glee, and there were two characters on there, Santana and Brittany, who were in a lesbian relationship, and that was really the first time that I'd ever seen anything like that on TV or in the media, and that was really exciting for me because, you know, when you're figuring out your sexuality and growing up, you're just having all this straight heterosexual stuff in your face, and it makes you wonder if there's really a way you could ever be who you are and have it accepted by people. And just seeing something like that was really exciting. And I remember the first time I ever really felt represented in the music world was probably with the artist Haley Kiyoko, who I love, and she came out kind of publicly when she made the music video for her song Girls Like Girls, and that was being someone who writes songs and loves music. It's just, that was great to see that there are out women who are writing songs about other women. We'll start off with how I was kind of able to express myself as a lesbian from where I was from, which is this town in New Jersey called Mount Olive. And, you know, obviously there it was nothing like the city, of course. There wasn't really a lot of outlets for me to go and hang out with like these huge groups of other queer people and lesbians. Never something that I was like bummed out about, just something I was looking forward to when I came here. And luckily in high school, I had a really great support system, and a lot of my friends, people who I was friends with, really close friends, my best friend, all the stuff, they were all gay, queer, bi, and, you know, it was great to have that, to have people that could relate to the experiences you were going through. And I think in high school it was kind of just my own thing. In my grade, I was kind of like I was really kind of the only out person, and there's nothing wrong with that. It was just, you know, there wasn't a lot of people that I could openly talk to about that, in my grade at least. As a freshman, I actually cut my hair really short, like kind of like a pixie cut, but kind of a little more masculine in that sense. And that was kind of when people were like, okay, yeah, we know. But still, there were some people that I came out to, and they just like they were like, we have no idea. And I was kind of like, really? You didn't? But no, that's always like a fun thing, I guess. But no, but that was that. I was in the drama club. You know, theater is a very open place.
for gay people, so I was thankful to also have that community.
I don't think I've ever been offended or insulted when somebody's just assumed that I'm straight, because I don't think it's ever been meant in a harmful way or a mean way. I think it's definitely just something that we're taught, and that's just something that's like so engraved in our heads when we're younger, that, you know, it's husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend, you know, we don't, and I think that has to do a lot with the representation in the media, you know, in the past, and so now, especially in children's shows and shows for young teens, there's not a lot of examples of, you know, gay couples who are parents, you know, wives being together, husbands being together, and I think it's really important that we start including that into the narrative, because the first time I ever kind of realized that female relationships could go past friendship is when my grandmother, she's a librarian, and when I was younger, all her library friends would always have this thing called farm fling, where they would just get together at this woman's house who had a barn, and, you know, we would eat there, and they would do a game of kickball. And I remember my grandma introducing me to her friend and her wife, and I was, I think, 11 or 10 at the time, and I just remember being like, wait, you're her wife? You know, that was nothing I'd really seen before, and at that point, when I was a kid, there was really no, like, representation in the media at all, at least that I was seeing, of, you know, parents who were same-sex couples. And I just remember being confused, but I felt like something in me kind of resonated with them a little bit, and I felt very comfortable around them, not realizing that, you know, a few years later I'm going to realize that, you know, I'm really attracted to girls and that I was gay, but yeah, that was the first time I ever remember really seeing that. Feminism to me just has a lot to do with, you know, standing up to injustice for all women and all minorities, and just fighting to set men and women as an equal. And I feel like a lot of people who are like uneducated on that tend to think it's just female power make men less than women. No, it's not at all. It's definitely, to me, and the true meaning is setting us as equals and fighting for that, because there are people that don't see it like that, and that's very sad. And I don't think lesbianism is the truest form of feminism. I think the truest form of feminism is only unique in your experience, and everyone's going to have a different experience. Every girl's going to have a different experience. I think my view of feminism, everyone's feminism is going to be a little different, because I'm a gay woman. You're a straight woman, you know. There's, I don't know your experience. Women of color, I don't know their experience. But you know, it's all about just